Welcome to the Penny Bloom Podcast. Ain't another place that has got more bombast. Romp past your mom, dad's listening to Tomcats. Talking everything that make you sad. We don't want that. We're here to make you smile. Put your mind at ease. Peace, love, and bloom, and always praise Keanu Reeves. This what we about. Get some weed and now. We'll talk until we can't no more, and then we peacing out. Alright, let's go. Penny Bloom Podcast. It's the Penny Bloom Podcast. Penny Bloom Podcast. It's the Penny Bloom Podcast. Penny Bloom Podcast. Penny Bloom Podcast. Hello, everybody, and welcome in to the Penny Bloom Dispatch. We've got a wonderful show today for you. We got a heavy entertainment episode. Lots of stuff there. We got a little tiny itty-bitty science section, and we've got some sports. So in entertainment, we're going to be going over some of those Emmy wins. We alluded to them last week, but the official ceremony happened. We're going to talk that. Some casting rumors and confirmations. Very excited for that. Some new shows potentially in the works. A new trailer, which I'm very excited for. And a couple reviews. I went and saw The Killer's Game in theaters. And Agatha All Along began with episodes 1 and 2. So we'll be talking that. Science, we're going to have a little discussion on Earth's new temporary moon. And then in sports, we're going to continue my coverage of the NFL with Week 3 picks. A little Week 2 recap. And we got some record-breaking shit last night in the MLB. Just some great baseball. So I'm very excited to talk that. And with that, we can begin. I'm Colton Robertson. I'm joined by Joseph George. What's up, homie?
Oh, what up, what up? Always a pleasure to be here.
Oh, and it is always a pleasure to have you. Are you ready to dig on in to some entertainment, my friend?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Let's do it.
Let's do it indeed. So last week we covered the 14 Emmys that the series Shogun won heading into the ceremony. It was already record-breaking. It had already set the record for the most Emmy wins for a single season of television ever, and it added on 4 more. It ended up getting 18 after the ceremony, which is huge, including Best Lead Actor and Actress, or Outstanding Actor and Actress, as they dub it at the Emmys. Hiroyuki Sanada and Anna Sui both won for their leading performances in Shogun, and Shogun won Outstanding Drama, which is just fucking more than deserved. But if you're sweeping those categories on the big night, you are obviously the best show on TV.
Are there any bigger categories than those? Is
Probably. That... I mean, it depends on if you value comedy on the same level as drama, which most people do. There's been a lot of people up in arms about the comedy section being ran by The Bear the last couple years because people are like, The Bear isn't particularly funny, you know. It's more a drama than it is a comedy, but you know, it is what it is. It's funny. I think that, like, what I've seen, it's funny. So, like, it's fine. It's the 30-minute. I think they do it based off of runtime more than they do subject matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, hour-long shows are dramas, 30-minute shows are comedies. Like, that's kind of how I think they approach it. Yeah, Jeremy Allen White won Best Lead Actor in a comedy for The Bear, which makes sense because he's got to act every bit as much and as hard as anybody in any show. Not to say that comedy acting is easy by any stretch. No, it's very, very hard. But he doesn't have to do strictly comedic acting. That man is looking like he wants to die every single week on The Bear. So, like, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, no, I was happy that Shogun came away with 18 Emmys. It's more than deserved. One of the best, probably my favorite season of television in 2024. Actually, definitely my favorite season of television in 2024. And you've got a lot to look forward to once you finish up your watch of The Sopranos.
Yeah, no, I got to get. I mean, the Emmys. I guess the Academy or the awards aren't usually anything for me to be like, oh, I don't know. I usually don't pay too much attention to it. But this one's, you know, kind of hard not to. 14 before the ceremony even begins, and then to just kind of slam the whole or sweep the whole category. I wonder how common it is for a show to win for both actor and actress in the same year.
I would guess it's not extremely common, but I'd be willing to guarantee this isn't the first time it's happened. I wish I would have looked into that a little bit, because I know Succession ran the board there for a couple years. Game of Thrones might have done this. You know, I could see Peter Dinklage and Emilia Clarke, because I don't think Lena Headey ever won an Emmy, which is fucking ridiculous.
What?
Yeah,
The
if I
whole
recall
show?
correctly,
The whole
whole
time?
show. I don't want to misspeak, so I'll check that real quick. But I'm pretty sure Lena Headey never won a Emmy for her portrayal of Cersei Lannister, which is kind of ridiculous because she is the best performer in the show to me. Man. Nominated for 5 Emmys, never won.
Wow. Okay. That sucks.
So that I think that's kind of that speaks to how impressive what Shogun did is. Like Game of Thrones at its highest high never won that much, and it occupied the same space in terms of production design and the elements that it maintained. Not obviously not fantasy, but otherworldly stuff that we can't really fathom at this modern age. You know, like Shogun exists in the real world, but it's a period piece. You know, so like we don't really relate to it. We don't see it. We don't know what that looks like, and I think that occupies a similar space to Game of Thrones. 118. Let's see, outstanding drama series, outstanding lead actor, outstanding lead actress, and outstanding directing. Wow, were the 4 that it brought home on the night of the ceremony. So it really it did the fucking thing. It did the fucking thing. It was nominated for best music and did not win. Yeah, let's see which ones it didn't win. That's an interesting. It won a lot more than it didn't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 were left on the board, so it could have won 25. Supporting actor. Ooh, that's tough to have passed up on that. Another supporting actor. Okay, so they could have won 24. 2 of them were in the same category. Let's see. Original writing for a drama series. That's 2 different episodes. So never mind 23. Another 2 in the same category. Original main title theme music. It did win the main title sequence. But the music just wasn't quite there apparently for them. It was nominated for music, and it was nominated for outstanding cinematography, which it did win for a different episode. So, never mind, 22 was the possible number. So it just kept going down because they were dominating multiple categories.
Man. Yeah, well, I don't know. Enough for me to definitely. It is solidified as my next show that I'm going to watch. That's for sure. Oh,
dude, it's too good.
Yeah, it looks like they got their flowers. They could have gotten a lot more, but I guess it's nice to spread the love a little bit.
They did the fucking thing. 18 wins. That's incredible. So Shogun, if you haven't watched it, you're missing out. My dad and I have been doing the show every Monday morning now. We do it Sunday night. He's watching Andor, since I said that was my next show I wanted to recommend, and I completely forgot to tell him he should watch Shogun, so that's what I'm going to do this Sunday. So be there, be square, to hear what he thinks about Andor. But, yeah, that's definitely the next one I'm showing him. But next, let's do some casting stuff. We've got some fun castings. First of all, Samara Weaving, who is an incredible actress. You'll recognize her from Babylon. She was the actress who Margot Robbie kind of replaces in the silent film era. You know, she kind of takes over and becomes the... Samara Weaving confirmed she's returning for Ready or Not 2. She says, I'm all in. I think we're all in. I don't know if we've had our blood handshake, but pretty much. She's Ready or Not was a fantastic movie, and since we are heading towards Halloween, no better time to watch it. Especially since we're getting a sequel. Strongly recommend it. It's about this chick who marries into a family who has a very bizarre wedding night tradition, which includes murder. So Ready or Not. It's a fun movie, and I won't spoil it. They play a really fun game of hide and seek.
Ultimate stakes, it sounds like.
Yes, exactly. So definitely check that out, Ready or Not. Samara Weaving confirms that they will be back for a second movie, which is, I don't know how you do another one. I don't know how you get yourself in that situation again, but regardless, I'm there. Then we also got word on the official cast for Black Mirror Season 7, which is very, very cool. Releasing in 2025 on Netflix, it will feature actors Issa Rae, Awkwafina, Emma Corrin, Kristen Milioti, woo! Paul Giamatti, woo! Peter Capaldi, woo! Chris O'Dowd, Rashida Jones, Bill Magnuson, and Tracy Ellis Ross, woo! A lot of good people there. And Awkwafina. So we've got a lot of fun stuff to look forward to there. I've never been huge on Black Mirror. I don't keep up with it as much as I would like to. I've watched like 4, 5, 6 episodes of it ever. But every season, it's always kind of intriguing. And I'm always like, that's probably worth checking out.
Man, yeah, season 7. I wasn't even in the know that they were still making new episodes. I think I stopped around like the 3rd, maybe the 4th season was out. But yeah, it was kind of like I would just pick and choose episodes. Kind of. I
feel like I remember they're doing a sequel to the Star Trek spoof episode. You remember that one with Jesse Plemons and Kristen Milioti?
He cloned people from his work or something like that. His own little Star Trek universe. Yeah,
his own little world.
It is a cool show. Like, I guess it's just every episode's. It is just completely different.
Yeah, you just never know. It's the anthology spirit. So like you will get shitters, but you'll also get some really good ones in there. So like I'm down for it. It's just I don't think it's as purely fucking grand as people like to act like it is, but I do think it's got some good stuff in there.
It is a crazy show to recommend people because the first episode, if you just play the show, is a prime minister having to fuck a pig on live TV in order to save. I don't even think it's his daughter. I don't know. It's just somebody. Girl.
He's the prime minister. He's got to negotiate with the terrorists.
Yeah, that's the show you're kind of getting into. But I don't know, man. Season 7 by now. That's crazy. I don't know. Maybe
we're all the way there.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm waiting. It'll be after Shogun, but I don't know. Maybe
well after Shogun if it's coming in 2025. But
okay. Yeah. I guess.
Yeah, we got a ways to go for that. That was just the official casting announcement. But one more little casting news, which was super fun for me. I don't know if you recall the Josh Safdie ping pong player Marty Reisman biopic. That's Timothee Chalamet playing a professional ping pong player. It's going to have Gwyneth Paltrow, which was already announced. But then also Tyler, the Creator, has been cast alongside them for that movie, which is very, very fun. I love me some Tyler. So, and him and Timothée Chalamet is bound to be a fun combination. I'm sure there will be a great deal of homoeroticism coming from Tyler, the Creator, regarding this movie. It's... That's just fun to see. I love me some Tyler, the Creator. I don't think he's really dipped his toe into acting, and the fact that he's going to be doing it in a Safdie brother movie, that's the good stuff.
That's what I was going to ask. Has he ever been in a movie before, or is this his first movie credit?
I'm trying to recall if he's been in a movie. I know he did. He's done a couple shows, and he's always playing a character. Like it's.
Yeah,
not that I'm seeing
on his
for
IMDb,
movies.
just a lot of music videos and TV series. But I don't see
no
a
real
movie.
Movies. It looks like he's going to book his first official acting credit.
Wow.
That's fun.
Regular
stuff.
show? He was in the He was.
One episode he was Blitz Comet and Big Trouble.
Huh.
One episode of Workaholics. Yeah, Odd Future did all that stuff for a while. He was in one episode of Big Mouth. Yeah, dude's done stuff, but he's never been in the movies. So he's breaching that barrier there, and that's very cool because I love some Tyler, the Creator. So I'm excited for that movie. Let's see. Let's talk the trailer next. Long have we awaited.
Ooh.
I don't know if you recall, but at the beginning of this year, 2024, we were supposed to begin 2024 with a director's spotlight for Bong Joon-ho in anticipation of Mickey 17. And then they were like, yeah, we're delaying that indefinitely. We don't know when we're going to release it. We will release it, but we don't know when. Well, we have a release date. It is now the end of January 2025.
Oops.
And I don't know if you recall, but the January 2024 release was also because of a delay. So it's just kept getting pushed back. But yeah, we are officially we are getting it January 2025. They released the trailer for Mickey 17, and boy oh boy does that look like it is going to be one of the funnest movies I've ever fucking watched. I am so excited for that. Robert Pattinson is one of the best of his generation, Bong Joon-ho. I can't believe it's going to take 5 years for Warner Brothers to release the follow-up to Parasite, but hey, what the fuck do I know? He only won Best Director and Best Picture and all that stuff, so, who cares?
Jeez,
but yeah, I'm fucking ready for Bong Joon-ho's weird sci-fi comedy drama thing going on. I like it. I like the tone.
Maybe it's just it's just a much more bigger project than they realize, because it seems that there's kind of like a multiversal-esque kind of, like, I don't know, like the mirror, is it just the same world, or is it like it kind of looked like they had like a TVA vibe kind of going on there, where they had to
I think it is a science fiction sort of, I mean, obviously it's science fiction, but I think that it's less TVA and more, I think it's going to be more based in reality. Like, the only science we've developed is like cloning. Is kind of how I look at it. Like, we've developed cloning so that people can be expendable and that they can do these jobs and just keep living.
Man, yeah, the voice he's putting on there too is
my god, the Porky Pig ass voice. I fucking love it.
Whenever I first heard it, I'm like, wait, that's him? I'm like, wait a minute,
him,
like,
man.
That's him.
That dude. I love what he said when he did his role in Tenet. He's doing a voice in Tenet because he feels like a fraud if he's not doing a voice. He feels like he's not acting if he's not doing a voice, which is very, very funny. To be like, yeah, I mean, sure, I could just act, but that doesn't count. I've got to be doing a voice.
Man.
So, and like the pictures that Bong Joon-ho and Robert Pattinson have like taken together in the past, like, nobody really got why they were so buddy and goofy and shit, because nobody knew what Mickey 17 was going to be, and now it's like, oh yeah, they were just having some fucking fun out there. So I cannot wait for Mickey 17. That's been something on my radar for well over a year now, and I am glad that we are finally getting it here in about 6 months, 5 months, 4 months, 5 months.
Yeah, I guess we still.
But it's right around the corner now. We're there. We are there.
Hell yeah.
But in some other movie news, Baz Luhrmann is set to direct a Joan of Arc movie from Warner Brothers titled Jeanne d'Arc, described as the ultimate teenage girl coming-of-age story set in the 100 Years' War. Baz Luhrmann might be the perfect person to direct a Joan of Arc movie. He directed the Elvis movie from a couple years back with Austin Butler. He's got a really, really out there, bizarro style, and this is just fucking weird enough that it's probably going to work. I'm very excited for it, especially coming off of, and I don't know that she should play it, but like literally a week and a half ago, Jenna Ortega was like, Joan of Arc is my dream role.
Oh.
And then they greenlight this like a week and a half later. So there's a decent chance we've already got our casting there too, which would be very cool. I'm open to a few others though. One of my favorites that I saw that I would really, really like is the chick from The French Dispatch who acts opposite Timothee Chalamet in his short. Her name's Lena Kudry. She plays Juliet.
Oh,
she's the revolutionary girl.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. I've seen a lot of cast, and like apparently she's 36, which blows my fucking mind.
Damn.
Or 32. 32. My bad. 32. I mean, she looks like she's 19, which is crazy. But yeah, I've seen people casting or fan casting. Leah Seydoux, who is also in The French Dispatch. She's Benicio del Toro's muse in that movie.
Okay.
But Joan of Arc died at 19. So like,
okay.
I have a tough time believing her as a teenager. But if that's the route they want to go, that's the route they want to go. I'm excited though. I think this is going to be fun. I think it's going to. I mean, not fun, but
yeah, it's a tragic story.
As fun as this tragic story can be, because Baz Luhrmann's got fucking vision. So I'm very excited for it.
I'm assuming not silent. They're not just because of the first.
No.
They're just going with the full technology now. But man,
Baz also did The Great Gatsby in 2013. The Leonardo DiCaprio one with the anachronistic score and human beings in a mob. He had all the all the good stuff there.
Okay.
So he's got the goods, and he's either you love him or you hate him. Typically, I saw a lot of people go, well, this is gonna fucking suck, and I saw a lot of people go, well, this is gonna fucking rule. So like, that's kind of the reception this gets whenever Baz Luhrmann's attached to anything. But I like him a lot. He also directed the Romeo and Juliet movie that I've told you about from the 90s with Leonardo DiCaprio set in the modern setting, and they're doing the whole reciting it word for word. It's really, really good. So I'm excited for it. I am. I think this is going to be a banger.
Okay.
But yeah, then let's see. I went a little out of order here. Let's do. All right. So this is exciting. Have you heard of Production Weekly? It's it's a news outlet that kind of submits the stuff that's coming across desks in Hollywood week to week. Like, oh, this has just been copyrighted. Oh, this has just done this. This has just like it.
Okay.
So a new series called Star Wars Pirates appeared in this week's Production Weekly. Which, coming off a Skeleton Crew, which looks like it's going to heavily feature pirates, it seems they might already be preparing to do a spinoff for that, which is very, very cool, very exciting. Don't really know what this would be yet. Hondo Ohnaka is obviously always on every Star Wars fan's mind. But
wow, pirates. Yeah,
I'm ready for some pirates,
Wars?
man. I like pirates.
It's gotta be
I like
Hondo,
Star Wars,
right? I mean, the one pirate,
big universe,
considered the green guy in Mando, or was that Book of Boba? The green.
That was Mando. That was Mando season 3. He also got killed though.
Yeah, he is dead. Yeah, true.
Maybe there's a power vacuum in his wake because he's the pirate king, right?
Yeah, I think he was the Pirate King. Yeah, I wonder if
so maybe there's a
or...
vacuum of power, and he's trying they're trying to fill it. The Pirate King is now a spot ripe for the taking.
But yeah, this apparent I don't know. I'm on the Production Weekly thing now. This is great. This is kind of like it feels like the data mining of I don't know, like of video games, but for Hollywood. But right next to Star Wars Pirates, there's Star Wars New Jedi Order. So
yes,
I don't know. Maybe is that just the new game there?
Pretty sure that's Daisy Ridley's movie. Pretty sure that's the next Rey movie.
That's what they're calling it, the New Jedi Order. Oh, okay. I guess.
Well, I just know that that's what they've referred to it as. I don't know if that's the official title or anything, but I know they've been because like Star Wars Pirates. I also don't anticipate that'll be the title of this show. But the fact that it did appear it could be what they are referring to it as for now until they get a title. But yeah, no, it's very, very exciting. The stills that have come out from Skeleton Crew. It looks fun. There's going to be pirates heavily featured, so who knows? Maybe we get some fun stuff there. And head to Fulcrum, a Star Wars podcast, for weekly Star Wars stuff from us. It's a lot of fun. But all right, and now we can get to a little bit of Superman news. I know we've been constantly coming back to that. The comic writer Mark Waid, one of the GOATs, fantastic writer, absolutely love him, accidentally confirmed that Crypto the dog will be in James Gunn's Superman.
Oh, whoops.
He was commenting on the tone and how it's not going to be like Zack Snyder. He said, there's a flying dog that can use heat vision in it, that had not been officially announced by James Gunn. But Mark Waid did go ahead and give us the slip there. We will have Crypto the dog, which we all kind of suspected. That is kind of James Gunn's bag. He loves the CGI brought to life animated character, and it felt ripe for the picking there for Crypto the dog. I'm just glad that we are actually going there because I get more and more excited for that movie every single fucking day.
Scooby-Doo was just the trial run. Scooby was the trial run for Crypto, and it has James Gunn responded at all and said anything to this?
He hasn't said anything, which is if it wasn't true, he typically does go online and go, yeah, this isn't true. But I think it's a tough line to toe because Mark Waid is a really, really great writer for DC. So, he's writing World's Finest right now, which is, one of the best comic runs currently going. So if you can check that out, you very, very much so should.
Yeah.
But yeah. Then let's do. Oh wait, I got a new piece of news. It's news, but it's not news. It's something. It's something to look at. The battle for Greig Fraser has begun for Dune Messiah versus Batman Part 2. Greig Fraser is the cinematographer for the Batman, Dune, and Dune Part 2.
Oh, no.
And Matt Reeves has confirmed that he is not sure whether Greig Fraser will be back to do the photography for the Batman Part 2, which would be a massive blow to that world.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that would really, really suck. I think it's going to work out. I think they're going to figure that out. But because Denis Villeneuve also has a different cinematographer, Roger Deakins, who he does a lot of work with, and I think Dune Messiah under his vision would be fucking absurd. Whereas I don't really love the concept of anyone else shooting a Pattinson film.
Oh, yeah.
I think what Greig Fraser did for that movie is elevate it like fucking crazy. So,
yeah, I feel like it's a bigger blow to Batman than it being a bigger blow to Dune.
I agree.
Yeah, and ooh, man, that's a scary. I don't know. I feel like which one do you think is more appealing though to be the cinematographer for? Like if he just has free reign to be like, hey, do I do the Batman Part 2 or Dune Messiah? Like, damn, I don't know. Just for me, I hope he would choose Batman, but I don't know. I feel like Dune
I think he's looking at an opportunity to make a little more money with the Batman probably on the back end. At least that's how I would look at it if I were him.
There you go. Okay, that makes
and
me
it's
feel
also
a
pretty
better.
artistically fulfilling. I mean, there's different perspectives. Does he prefer working with Denis Villeneuve to Matt Reeves? Is there some it's just very you never know. And the fact that they're both under Warner Brothers and they're both so it's not a production company issue. It's just which one is going to make which one's going to get him under it. So we shall see. I'm excited to find out. Got a little free agency going on for one of my favorite cinematographers, so it's very exciting. We will return to that story whenever we get confirmation. But ahead of the Agatha All Along review, I did go and catch The Killer's Game this week. This past Monday, I saw The Killer's Game in theaters. It's the new Dave Bautista action flick, action rom-com, if you will. It's very, very fun. Dave Bautista has long talked about how he wants to be the lead in a rom-com. And while this wasn't your typical rom-com, it was still very action-heavy, and he was still a big action man. It was a step in the right direction for him there. Because I love Dave Bautista, man. I think he is absolutely incredible. He brings this movie to a level it wouldn't have been at otherwise. The script is not good. But it's got a really talented lead with Dave Bautista and a lead actress in Sofia Boutella. Ben Kingsley is a good supporting actor in it. And what stood out to me was that there were some actors in it who I really, really enjoy who just couldn't manage to elevate the material, which is rough. When the writing is bad enough that Pom Klementieff, who is in, she's Mantis in the Guardians of the Galaxies, and she was in Mission Impossible 7. When she can't elevate the material, I'm typically like, man, this isn't very good, because she's a good actress. She's really, really talented. Ben Kingsley was doing just enough to get by. But Dave Bautista and Sofia Boutella, they did a really good job at selling this movie. And it would have been a lot worse without either of them. It could be visually more inventive. However, the stunts are very, very impressive. You can tell it's another one of those. The guy who directed this was a stuntman. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know, and that's and in that way, it's very, very fulfilling. The stunts are really, really impressive. The fight choreo is wonderful, but it's not shot particularly well. You know, it's going for Chad Stahelski with John Wick. It's going for David Leitch with, Bullet Train, Fall Guy, all that stuff. And it's falling closer to Leitch than Stahelski, but it's still falling short, which is not a good place to be. So, you know, it was well worth my time, and I'll always advocate seeing anything in movie theaters, you know, but this is one that is not an urgent, oh, you must go see The Killer's Game. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of there.
Well, glad to see
But
Bautista
it was
still
worth my
getting
time.
work.
I had fun. Yeah, I love Bautista, dude. I love Dave Bautista. So, like, that part, he is brilliant in it. I was glad that I got to watch him do some fun stuff, because it is fun. It is undoubtedly fun. I had a great time. It made me smile. You know, it's just, when you compare it to some of the, like, even The Fall Guy earlier this year, which I wasn't huge on, that was a better movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was a better movie than this. Yeah, so just to speak to the kind of discrepancy here, it's solid, you know, but it could be a lot better. Even under somebody like David Leitch, it would probably be better. But yeah, that's my review for The Killer's Game, and we can go ahead and talk Agatha All Along episodes 1 and 2. We got the double episode premiere, and man, was that it snuck up on me. First of all, I had no idea that was coming out this past Wednesday until you told me about it. And I was like, oh yeah, that was coming up, and here we are.
Yeah, it just popped up on the TV. I mean, I didn't know it either, and I'm like, Disney Plus is Agatha streaming tonight at 6. And I'm like, huh? I was like, excuse me. And
wait, what?
Yeah. And but yeah, got two episodes in. You know, already. I don't know. It surprised me. I guess I was.
Had fun, man.
Yeah,
had fun.
Yeah, getting the kind of a MCU heist is kind of the vibes I'm kind of getting, but instead of a heist, it's just I guess I don't know, whatever the
Witch's
road
Coven
will be. Yeah, just getting the gang back together for
no,
for
it's
a
interesting, man. So the way that my attitude is going into MCU movies lately, or MCU things lately, is overwhelmingly negative. Typically,
yeah.
I'm like, all right, another addition to the slot machine, you know. But then sometimes I have to take a step back. And I have to go, okay, I liked WandaVision. Okay, I like Catherine Hahn. Okay, I like Aubrey Plaza. Okay, I like Patti LuPone. Okay, why wouldn't I like this? You know, why wouldn't I have fun with it? And I am having fun with it. The second episode really picked up the pace a little bit in a way that I was very, very excited to see. It was there's a little bit more of the actual horror influence coming through in the second episode, which is fun. Kind of shocking and surprising from the MCU for even going there. Like Emily was like, "Oh, what the fuck?" You know, like, "Oh my god." It was a lot of fun. I really, really dug it. I love Aubrey Plaza, man. She is so fucking good. And we might finally have not gotten baited by an actor who says that a Marvel thing is gay.
Yeah.
You remember Natalie Portman being like, Love and Thunder is the gayest MCU thing ever.
Wow.
And everyone was like, oh, cool, yeah, Tessa Thompson, this should be fun. And then it was like, yeah, this isn't queer at all.
Wow. I didn't know that Natalie Portman said that about Love and Thunder.
Oh, they do it pretty much every single MCU project, which is just absurd. But they asked Aubrey Plaza that, is this going to be the gayest MCU project ever? And she was like, well, I hope so. It's what I signed up for.
Okay. Yeah, well, I'm
which
feeling,
is the best answer.
Yeah, the vibes, I mean, for sure.
Oh,
I think
she's
off these
certainly
2 episodes
emanating.
alone.
I mean, the licking of the blood off Catherine Hahn's hand, the obvious. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
they're exes, right? That's what it seems like.
They got history. They got, I think, a lot more than just Coven history.
You got Joe Locke, who is an openly queer actor, and you have Patti LuPone, who automatically makes anything she's in a little gayer.
Yeah, I mean,
the
vibes are going.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's
I like it. I like it, man. I'm having a great time. It's not. I mean, we're in a similar spot that I was with the Killer's Game. The script is not good. I think the specifics are bad, but I think that the general direction is good.
Yeah.
Like, I'm excited for the overarching story. It's like whenever they speak, I'm like, I just kind of have to ignore some of that.
Yeah.
Because some of the writing is pretty bad.
Yeah, and who knows? They're setting it up. Maybe they start to cook near the end. I'll still, I don't know, maybe get my hope or try not to just doom the show too much right away. But I don't know. It'll be a nice, fun weekly check-in, just to see what Agatha's doing. I don't know. It seems that they are just kind of going through, like, she did shift through a bunch of different TV eras, just trying to, like, get out of the spell or whatever. But I wonder if they do that commonly throughout the show. Like, if that is part of the show, or if they'll just kind of stick with what they have throughout the whole time, or if it's going to kind of go through all these different time period changes and stuff. But I don't know. I think they have the potential to do some pretty cool stuff. So it's intrigued me, at least. I'm coming back next week, that's for sure. But yeah, it could have been a little bit better, that's for sure.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. No, I mean, like, like I said, it's fine. It's solid. Could it be better? 100%. But it's already more fun than I was expecting going into it. I was, I'm more than anything watching it just because, I'm like, and like I said, I came back around on it because I specifically love Aubrey Plaza. I think she's incredible. I love what she does, and I think that, she's got a big couple weeks ahead of her. She's got Megalopolis coming out the next Friday, which I'm very, very excited to go see. And it'll be a good time. So like, I'm excited. It's fun. And I'm not expecting too much. I'm not expecting the world. The first episode kicked off, and I was like, "Oh, we're really doing this again?"
Yeah.
I was like, immediately, I was like, "Well, obviously, these people aren't detectives and working for a police force. They're obviously doing some WandaVision-esque thing again, where she is stuck in a reality that she has created." And I was like, we're just going to fall back on that. And I'm glad that they immediately subverted my expectation by the end of episode 1. So, like, yeah, it's self-aware. Of course, it's modern MCU stuff, but it lets itself go a little bit, which I appreciate. But
I wonder. I don't know. I guess it's just kind of the in-between stepping stone between this and the next Vision show or White Vision show, whatever. But I wonder if it doesn't really seem that anything in any MCU project whatsoever has had like any big implication on the MCU other than maybe Deadpool, I guess. But even really then, it's kind of like nothing really changed at the end of the day. Still, like there's nothing that's really
we are definitely
happened.
In this bizarre in between space, especially since the Kang the Conqueror storyline got switched. So like Quantumania would have been that, but now it's like, well, that's just a one-off now.
Yeah, there was some pretty cool concept art that I guess is like just scrapped now. But it was, I don't know, I saw some crazy Wanda and White Vision concept art that I guess they're just not going down anymore. But it's just a very strange time in the MCU. It's just I don't know what to expect, but at least I don't know. It seems that it'll be is the goal of the whole season pretty much just to get Agatha's power back, or do you think that'll happen relatively quickly?
Yeah, that is interesting. I like to imagine that's probably what's at the end of the road. But how quickly do we reach the end of the road? Is that like, do we reach the end of the road within the next couple episodes and then we find an adversary there? I don't know. And that's what I kind of like. I don't know what to expect. I'm not really expecting anything, which is fun.
Yeah, why have any detail about the teen? I guess we don't know his name. It's just Teen. Agatha calls like it's a pet. That was kind of, I don't know. This is my pet. Say hi, pet. I don't know. It's just
that stuff was funny. I actually really, really liked that. I thought it was goofy as shit. But I mean, what I won't spoil it for you. But they were very, very public about who he is in the casting process.
Wait,
so, like,
really?
Yeah, which is bizarre if they're making it a fucking twist in the show. So, like, that's why I'm like, I'm not going to spoil it for you. I just remember this guy has been cast, Joe Locke has been cast as blank, you know? And maybe that was misleading.
Interesting. Yeah, because just on IMDb, it just still has him cast as teen. And then, because whenever he asks, like, or just anything comes up about the childhood, anything, it's just all blanked out. So I don't know. It was, I feel.
Yeah, that's what sucks too. Is I'm open to hearing your theories about it, but I know who he is, so I can't, like, at least as far as what I'm pretty sure he is.
Okay. I mean, there's no shot. I mean, I kind of had the thought that this is like a Chimere situation where he's playing the fool right now, you know, where it's just not totally, I don't know, but there's no way it's Mephisto, you know, like that's like the only, I don't know, that's the only thing that's been popping back in my head, but I don't even really know who it could be, like if I were to take guesses. So but
we'll let that unfold, and we'll keep you I don't know how long it's gonna last. Like it was kind of annoying. Like I get why they're doing it within the context of the show, because even when they announced it, I was kind of like, why would you fucking announce that? So like
man,
yeah, it's just a bizarre deal there. At least unless they were fucking lying about who he's been cast as. I don't know. Because I really like what they're doing within the show about hiding his backstory, the way, like, his audio goes out and Agatha can still hear other things, and you know, the way that his mouth, like, sews shut whenever he says his name, but he doesn't feel it or anything. Like, it's weird. I like it. Which does indicate some sort of outside influence.
Yeah,
you know?
Is that some Wanda, like from when Wanda first initially put the spell down there, or like something's currently going on? Like someone is...
Yeah, my money is it's something that is actively happening to him. Now, from what source, I don't know. Maybe that is Mephisto, you know? But I don't think he is Mephisto.
Yeah.
At least I don't... Like, that's not...
When his lips are covered, when he says his name, is that a W or is that an M? It kind of, I don't know. It kind of just, maybe I'm looking for an M, you know? I was just kind of wanting it to be Mephisto.
I didn't see a letter or anything. There's a lot of W's around, though.
Yeah, W. I don't know. It felt more, it feels like a
Wandas.
W. Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah. Maybe it's Wanda's Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe
because whenever they hang up the, like, welcome to the coven thing, they tear it down and only the W stays up and stuff. Like, they are.
No way. Oh.
Yeah, they are. They're being pretty intentional about some of the Wanda illusions.
Okay. Man. And so what this dead body that just appeared, that they were, I don't know, at the beginning, it had, like, Wanda's name came up, you know, on the little death tag, whatever. So, like, the idea is that Wanda killed this person and just sent them here to, like, hide their body?
The idea is that Agatha sensed Wanda's death through the ether and is manifesting this.
Okay. So, that makes more sense. I'm like, what is...
That is Wanda's body.
Yes.
That's why they're not showing us the face, is because Elizabeth Olsen probably didn't come back to shoot the dead body scene.
Okay. Fair enough. I guess that would... I don't know. It'd be nice if she was, I guess, in the show a little more in a, I don't know, in like a flashback or I don't know, some vision.
Something. You know, and I think that I do think it's a subversion. I think that that's something we're building towards, is the reveal that Wanda's not dead. She's the Scarlet Witch. Somehow she survived. You know, but they do allude to the whole, you know, she died in the Darkhold. All the copies of the Darkhold were destroyed with her. You know, like. So there is kind of a power vacuum in the magic community, it seems, which is cool. You know, I'm excited to find out. You know, we're probably going to see other witches on the road and stuff. You know, whoever the fuck what the fuck was that? Oh wait, have you watched the end of episode 2?
Yeah, I've gotten.
Okay, you have gotten there. Okay, yeah. What the fuck sent those?
The what?
The fucking weird entities that are.
Oh. Yeah,
you know,
like
is that a consequence of summoning the road, or Is something trying to prevent them from getting to the road? I don't know. You know, like that's
I guess Agatha says like, this is taking longer than it usually does, and maybe they were just waiting for the door to appear. But I kind of also thought that like, if I guess I don't know what to call him. Teen is the only thing I can refer to him, which just feels weird, or pet. But like him closing the doors and like preventing them from getting in there, is that what's making it take longer? Like, are they supposed to actually reach the witches and maybe
I think I don't know. It didn't sound like any of the witches knew what the fuck they were. You know, they were like, "Well, go the opposite direction." And the fact that Deborah Jo Rupp's character is just there the whole time is very funny.
She has no clue what's going on. No clue. Maybe that's I don't know. Maybe she's actually got something, but just hides it.
Yeah, if we're looking at a Chimere situation, my money's on her.
That'd be so much better. Yes, she's just gonna...
I think that, you know, and they do the whole like green witch thing. They need somebody who's earthly, and she does the gardening, and she's got the green thumb and all that. So like there could be something there where she doesn't know she has that potential. You know, like. I doubt it's like evil or anything, but I could see her ending up being a witch just
Mephisto.
For the fun of it.
Yes, no, I'm going off the deep end now. But I guess I'm glad I'm back in somewhat of a theory mindset again with the MCU. It's always fun to spin them up and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I guess they're spinning up a cool story. It could be written a little. I don't know. The screenplay could be a little bit better.
The script every once in a while, I'm like, God, this is not good. Like the dialogue can be fucking bad.
Yeah.
Like in a way that like there are some things that work within the style they're going for, you know, because they are going for a really elevated, weird thing. But sometimes it's not. It doesn't even land within that realm. So it's a little rough at points. But I'm looking forward to episode 3 next week. I think we got a goodie on our hands, and I'm excited to keep watching.
Yeah, I don't know, some Wizard of Oz type yellow brick road, but we're on the blue whatever. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. But
the Wicked, we got the Wicked Witch of the West View, Wicked Witch of the East View. You know, we got the East View thing and West View thing going on. You know,
wow.
The body was potential. There was a crash in Eastview, and that's where they think the body came from. And we hear Joe Locke's character say he's from Eastview. He grew up in Eastview, so maybe there's something there. Could be a lot of fun. But then with that, I think we can move to the science, which is only one brief thing, right?
Yeah, just one small little. I guess very, very small little moon, actually. A little small piece of news, but we're gaining a new moon for about 2 months. And I was hoping, I'm like, is this going to be something that I can take my telescope out and look at? Sadly, no. It's not something that really anyone can go out and see unless you have a telescope that is about 30 inches in diameter, which I guess I thought, I stepped the game up whenever I got my telescope, my next step up, and it's only 8 inches. So yeah, not quite there. I won't be able. I'm not even going to be able to get close to seeing this thing. But I guess it's kind of cool, just to know that there's just a little rock that's going to be orbiting Earth for 2 months, and then it's just gonna leave. Luckily not going to hit us. But it's just kind of, I don't know. We're getting a lot better at just detecting these things and actually knowing everything that's around us. So it's just about 20 years ago, we just would have never known that this would have even happened in the first place. But now we can detect something that is this small and is just itty-bitty little thing. And it's, I think, whenever the first day it gets here is at the end of the month, the 29th is whenever it's here. So I don't know. I mean, nothing's really going to change at all. We can't really see it. There's not anything that, normal people can do.
The tides will swing.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, yeah, the tides of the
tsunamis
ocean.
Everywhere.
Yeah, this one little rock is going to change everything, and I don't know.
Yeah.
It's but hopefully not. But yeah, and then it's gone November 25th. So I don't know. Maybe if stuff starts going bad, then just know by November 25th it's gone. And hopefully everything should go back to normal. But
temporary insanity. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, I guess just a little rock that's gonna be following us around for 2 months, and then it's getting out. But
all right, cool. Then we can head to sports.
Mm-hmm.
So in the MLB, we'll start there.
Yeah.
Record-breaking evening for Shohei Ohtani yesterday. The Dodgers pitcher who had to take the year off pitching because he's too good at hitting, which is quite rare. Last night he went 6 for 6 with 3 home runs, a double and a single. He had 10 RBIs.
Wow.
Now, all that's good and well. That's a crazy fucking game to have. But the headline is that he's the first player ever to reach 50 home runs and 50 stolen bases in a single season.
Holy shit. Oh, my God.
And like I said, he's a fucking pitcher.
I mean, it's tough to just not call him, like...
The GOAT?
It's
That's
just
the greatest shit of all time, dude.
He does
and I agree.
He does everything. I don't know, like, what more do you want a baseball player to do? I guess he just hasn't played the field. You know, he hasn't just played shortstop or an outfield.
Right.
But I think it's more impressive to just pitch and actually be the best hitter.
Notoriously, pitchers in the MLB just pitch.
Yeah,
it's just what they do.
They can't. Hit for
so
shit.
like. Yeah, exactly. And this dude's out here hitting 50 fucking yaks in a year. All the while, when he does get on base, he's gonna fucking move. He's stealing bases left and right. Like, he's the first player to ever do that. There has been a 40-40 season, a couple of them.
Okay.
Jose Canseco did the first one, but nobody's ever done 50-50, which is absolutely insane.
Man,
50 home runs and 50 stolen bases, and he reached it in a game where he hit 3 home runs in the same night.
Yeah, he was a triple away from the cycle there too. I mean, I guess the 3 home runs is probably better than I don't know, replacing one of those with a triple.
Well, and it's hilarious, like I've been getting these notifications for weeks that have been like, see if Shohei Ohtani makes history, or like the last week and a half or so, and gets to the 50-50 mark, I didn't realize that last night he had to hit his 48th, 49th, and 50th home run.
Shit. Oh my God. Yeah. Man, and how many stolen bases? Like, what did he already have 51. The stolen bases, or he in that game as well?
He might have stolen the base on the single there. I just know that he got when he hit his 50th home run, he had 51 stolen bases.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if that was the same thing, like he reached them both in the same night.
Jeez.
But regardless.
Man, I remember when Bobby hit his 30-30 season, and that was like crazy. I guess for a rookie, I don't know. Maybe that was it was just for him. But man, 50-50 is.
I mean, Bobby Witt's having a hell of a season, leading the league in hits, and about to set the record or tie the record for most extra base hits in a season for the Royals, which is fucking crazy. Like we've got a bright future. We also just drafted a kid who is a 2-way player from Florida. Who absolutely hits dongs and also pitches. So maybe we might have the next Shohei Ohtani in our farm system, which would be very, very cool. I'm not betting on that, but that would be nice.
Gonna be.
But yeah, so
gonna be tough to be Shohei, but I don't know. Dude. Maybe this is the new era of baseball. Players have to realize, well, I have to pitch and hit now.
That's
just
what I was thinking, man. Is he just the start of a new wave, or is he going to remain an anomaly? Is he going to be the odd man out, or is he going to start setting a standard for what pitchers do?
Maybe it's what they shoot for, but how is someone really going to be as good at both as he is though?
Being able to do this in the major leagues is fucking insane. Like the highest level of baseball there is. Now, it'll be exciting to see how good of a pitcher he is when he pitches again.
Yeah.
Because he was a damn good pitcher at last season, like we know he's a good pitcher. But you got to imagine one thing or the other takes a hit. I don't think he won't hit 50 home runs in a season where he's pitching. And if he does, holy shit. You know, like he's just not pitching this season, which does give him the chance to hit like this. And at a certain point, if you can strengthen your bullpen enough, what do you prioritize? Do you end up trotting Shohei Ohtani out there to pitch ever again if he's just going to keep hitting like this?
Yeah.
And if he is pitching, does he hit at this level? You know, so like there is a complicated thing there from a managerial standpoint that it will be interesting to see if they. I mean, if he can keep this up next season when he is pitching again, I mean, holy shit, dude! Like.
There's just the debate is over. I think it's just it might already be, which is crazy. Like just what he's done already. It's kind of hard not to just say that he's one of the best, but because even like the best hitters, like even modernly, like have not done what he's doing, and he like I don't know. That's just man. I guess if he keeps this up for any amount of time, he's already my GOAT pretty much, but. Damn.
Dude, I mean, it's hard to deny. It's just insane. And it's not just because of how good of a pitcher he also is. Being the first to ever hit 50 home runs and give 50 stolen bases in a season is insane. Do you know how long baseball's existed?
And it's only gotten harder. Too.
It's only gotten more difficult. That's why it's like it's absurd, man. That's why like Aaron Judge, Shohei Ohtani, we are living through a special era in baseball, even though it is the least popular it's been in forever. Yeah. So like, hopefully they can influence things a little bit. Hopefully the MLB is willing to evolve a little bit. That's something that keeps the NFL fresh, man. They're constantly trying to update the game. You know, it's not sentimental the way baseball is. Baseball's romantic, and it's it's very, very tied to tradition. NFL doesn't give a fuck about tradition. They're like, fuck it, man, change the kickoff. I don't care. You know, it's very funny. It's very funny to see the dichotomy, and it's why the NFL is the most popular thing on TV week after week. So with that, we can get into the NFL. Week 2 was a fucking disaster for me. Week 1, I did really good. 12-4 on week 1, 7-9 in week 2, which is a big step down. But I will say, in the recap, there's a lot that was unexpected. It was a lot of just like, okay, nobody could have fucking seen that coming. 49ers, Vikings. Nobody thought the Vikings were going to beat the fucking 49ers, you know. Cowboys and the Saints, it was time for the Saints to prove that they're actually like that, and they are actually like that. So, you know, week 1 they faced the Panthers. Week 2 they faced the Cowboys. That's kind of the game that matters. And they beat the fucking shit out of the Cowboys. So guess what? I'm not betting against the Saints again, ever.
Okay.
The Browns beat the Jaguars. Fuck off. The Colts beat the Packers, the Packers beat the Colts with Malik Willis as their quarterback, which I did not see coming. So fuck me. The Raiders beat the Ravens. What? The Falcons beat the Eagles. What? You know, so like it's just it kind of speaks to the unpredictability this early in the season. But nevertheless, we persist. We continue to try. I did win. I did get the Thursday night game right, the Jets versus the Patriots. It brings me to 20-13 on the season, so still positive even despite the rough week last week.
There we go. Yeah,
but we can go ahead and dig into my week 3 picks. So we'll begin with Giants at Browns. This is going to speak volumes to how I think about the Giants. I'm definitely going with the Browns. The Giants are just that bad. It's ugly. It is really fucking ugly. So, and I don't like the Browns. I don't like picking the Browns. I hate Deshaun Watson with a fucking passion. I'd much prefer the Giants won this game. But they simply probably won't. I'm going with the Browns. Bears at Colts. The Colts have a really explosive offense. The Bears have a really, really strong defense. However, the Bears couldn't complete the task against the Texans last week. The Texans and Colts played each other really, really close. I'm gonna have to go Colts here. Again, probably the opposite of what I want. I like the Bears. I want the Bears to win. It's just after the last couple weeks, Caleb Williams is clearly a very young quarterback. He's at the beginning of his career, and it's evident. They're not winning games because of offense, or they didn't win their first game because of offense. So it's hard to bet on them. So I'm going to go Colts there. Okay. Texans at Vikings. I think the Texans are handed their first loss of the season, and the Vikings will move to 3-0, which is not the beginning of a season I predicted for them. I think that one of these teams has to lose their first game. Vikings are at home. The Texans are fucking raw, don't get me wrong. This is one of those games that if I was a betting man, I would stay away from.
Okay.
Yeah, Vikings at Texans at Vikings. I'm going to go Vikings. Eagles at Saints. The Saints have scored on like 17 straight drives.
What?
So like I'm going to go with the Saints. They've scored on every possession this season.
Holy shit. Okay. But they are a factory.
I don't know how you and the Eagles defense didn't look that great against the Packers offense a couple weeks ago. They just lost to the Falcons with Kirk Cousins at quarterback. The way the Saints are playing, and they're at home, I gotta go Saints. It's easy there. Chargers at Steelers. I think the Chargers hand the Steelers their first loss of the season. I did pick the Steelers last week over the Broncos, and they gave them the work a little bit. But I think that Harbaugh versus Tomlin is a really, really even keel matchup. This is another one of those ones that I'd probably stay away from if I was a betting man. But I think that LA is going to go to Pittsburgh and have a day. The Chargers stayed on the East Coast this week because they played on the East Coast last week, which is a fun method for the team. You know, the Chargers played against who did they play last week? Carolina. So they were on the East Coast already. They stayed there the entire week. There's not a travel time for them. I think that they go to Pittsburgh and have a fucking day. So I'm gonna go Chargers there. Broncos at Bucks. I'm going Bucks. Broncos just aren't very good yet, and the Bucks look very good. So I'm sticking with them. Packers at Titans. Will Levis manages to make one of the stupidest decisions I've ever seen every week as the Titans quarterback, so I'm going to go ahead and go with the Packers. Panthers at Raiders. The Panthers sat Bryce Young, which you got a lot bigger problems than Bryce Young, man. This is not going to fix the fucking offense. I can tell you that with absolute certainty. So the Raiders. Dolphins at Seahawks. I'm going with the upset here. I think Seattle's going to win at home. The Dolphins are fucking dynamic, but Tua got another concussion last week on the IR for the next several weeks. Yeah. I think with a backup QB in, you know, they'll either make a statement and they'll win, or they won't and they lose. So I'm going they won't and they lose. I think Seattle's gonna beat Miami at home. Just makes sense to me. That's also one of the longest flights in the NFL, Miami to Seattle.
Ooh.
Pretty awful travel time there.
Damn. Yeah, either that one or from California to New York.
New York.
Guess. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, I wonder which one is longer. But yeah, that is some. I guess I never really think of the travel time as a part of like a factor for a game, but that definitely does.
It's kind of impossible for it not to be. You know, like you spend fucking 12 hours on a goddamn plane at one point. It's gonna be rough. You know.
Yeah, jet lag, having to wake up for practice the next day or whatever, and just being all out of sync and stuff.
That's what they get paid for, you know. So
True.
They tough it out. True. But next up, Lions at Cardinals. This is a tough one because I really, really love the Lions, and I've picked them twice, and they've won once and lost once. They lost to the Bucs last week at home. They're heading to Arizona against a team that offensively is fucking hot right now. This is, again, Texans, Vikings, Chargers, Steelers. If I was a betting man, I'd stay away. But I'm going to go Cardinals. I'm going. I think that the Lions are a better team. And, again, we're probably looking at a situation where I'd prefer the Lions won. But I think that the Cardinals are explosive on offense. The Lions have been playing tough smash-mouth football, and that's tough to maintain week to week. So I think that the Cardinals are going to win that one. Okay. Ravens at Cowboys. I think the Cowboys bounce back and the Ravens fall to 1-3, or 1-2. I think the Cowboys will beat Baltimore, which is, it's fine. I'd probably prefer the Ravens won, but I'm okay with the Cowboys beating an AFC team. If all the AFC teams want to keep losing, that's fine with me.
True. Fair. Yeah,
49ers at Rams. The Rams got fucking smashed by the Cardinals last week. They played the Lions really close, but lost. And they're facing the 49ers, man. And even when they're dealing with a bunch of injuries, they still look fucking good. You know, I know they lost to the Vikings last week, but it was a close game. That was not a particularly a beatdown. I think I'm going to have to go 49ers. I think I'm going to have to go 49ers there. Sunday night football, Chiefs at Falcons. Going Chiefs. Surprise.
Got to.
You know, maybe we'll get a last second PI call and the internet will go ablaze saying that we get handed every game. Because there's no reason for us to be able to win games when they make a fucking mistake. Sure.
It's got to be the refs every time.
That was PI.
Yeah, no, it
was pass interference. Like, if it wasn't pass interference, I'd be like, okay, yeah, we were handed that. It was fucking PI. What do you want from me? I don't know.
It's just because, if it was any other team, it would have just been that's the way the game ended. But I mean, I guess it does suck. It is. You don't really want a game to kind of end like that.
No, you definitely don't. You don't. You know, it's not the way you want a game to end, but it is the way the game. And you know what? We didn't have to capitalize on it.
That's true.
We didn't win the game because of that.
Yeah.
We capitalized on their mistake. You know, so like you don't make that mistake, we don't win. Simple. But yeah, so Monday night, Jags at Bills. I think that the Bills are going to hand this one to Jacksonville. Which is, you know, it's a tough one. I'm not one. This is another one of those like I'm not real sure on, but I am going to go with the Jags just for the fun pick. And there's 2 Monday night games this week. We also have Commanders at Bengals, so I'll be watching the Jags at Bills. I'd go Bengals. I'd go Bengals over the Commanders. And, that rounds out Week 3 picks. And then Week 4, Thursday night, we got Cowboys at Giants, and the Giants will fall to 0-4.
Yeah, okay. Well, hopefully my dad will be happy. He needs some Cowboys wins. I don't know. It makes... He's not a happy camper when the Cowboys are not winning. That's but man.
Well, hopefully I get my pick right this week and they beat Baltimore. And then a Thursday night they're going to beat New York. He doesn't have anything to worry about there.
Okay.
But and that's sports. And with that, I think that is the dispatch this week. You got any parting thoughts, my friend?
I don't think so. I think I don't know. I'm just. Well, I guess my fantasy team, I think the reality check hit me. First,
I got my shit rocked this week.
It was that's the only other anything in sports that I have. I did well week 1, and then the beginner's luck all ran out, and just took a shit last week. But I don't know. I'm hoping this week goes a little bit better. But it's at least got me to pay somewhat more attention to the games. Actually, it's keeping me in the loop a little bit more than I would be if I wasn't doing it at all.
That's why I've liked doing the picks. I'm usually already out by now. I'm usually like week 1, woo, and then week 2, I'm like I don't give a fuck. You know, and then playoffs, woo. You know, like that's kind of how it goes. You know, it's but I'm trying to stay engaged. I'm trying to stay plugged in, and I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job so far.
Yeah.
But hopefully I'll maintain it for these 18 weeks. But, then with that, we will conclude this episode of the Penny Bloom Dispatch. If you would, head to patreon.com/PennyBloomPod, where you'll find over 50 hours of exclusive content. For $1.50 a month, you can support the podcast financially, which is huge because it costs me money and I don't make any off of it unless it's over there. Head to Twitter, follow @PennyBloomPod for any updates on anything we might be doing. You might have noticed that we keyed in on Agatha All Along, despite a far better show premiering this week also. That is The Penguin. The Penguin premiered last night, and we will be covering it. It will be the first show we are covering exclusively on Death by Television, our TV podcast. Go ahead and look up Death by Television wherever you might be listening. There are already 91 available episodes. We've covered, we put our entire Winter is Blooming Game of Thrones rewatch over there, and our coverage of House of the Dragon is over there. So if you look at it and you're like, oh, they said it was brand new, but this has 91 episodes, that's the one. Don't worry about it. It's Death by Television. We're covering The Penguin. That is going to be week to week every Monday. Go ahead and check it out. We are a few short weeks from the Sentimentalists kicking off with the Star Wars live commentaries. Very excited for you to hear those. Me and my dad are doing a podcast here on the Penny Bloom podcast every Monday morning. We record on Sunday nights ahead of Sunday Night Football, and it's a lot of fun so far. We've done 1 week. We're going to do week 2 this week. We recommended shows for each other to watch, so we're going to catch up on those. He actually watched Star Wars Andor for the first time for me, and I watched The Offer on the making of The Godfather, so we're going to be talking about that. We do a little football segment. This week we're going to be introducing something called Top 5 Dead or Alive, and I'm very, very excited for that. So a lot to look forward to there. Leave a 5-star rate and review wherever you might be listening, and download. We would appreciate it greatly. And, with that, I was Colton Robertson. I was joined by Joseph George. Thank you very much, homie.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure to be here.
Oh, and it is always a pleasure to have you. And remember, peace, love, and bloom. And always praise Keanu Reeves.